I walk straight in this classroom. I walk straight to the back. I sit down, and everyone's looking at me a little weird. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm just playing it off like it's nothing. And I asked this girl who's sitting in front of me, "Hey, is this Miss A's class?" This was my first day at a new school, and I just walked in there with pure confidence. She said to me, she's like, "Wow, no one's ever just like walked straight through. Normally someone's like a little bit nervous. They're looking around. Is this the right classroom?" But she said I was different. You see, this idea got in my mind a little bit. A week before this, I saw a reel, and basically what it said was, "You're never gonna regret walking through life thinking you're the man." I took this to a little bit too strong, but I started using it and I started to see it reflect really well. I remember that day, the first day at this new school, I was already speaking to everybody. I didn't have a hard time introducing myself to anybody and making new friends. It really blew me away. But I remember the next school that I went to, I really got ego checked because I was this like super skinny fat guy and I just really got off on a bad foot. I think somebody made up a rumor about me and I just had a really hard first few months of school. But this ego that I had started to develop, that I thought that I was like the best, I thought I was the coolest guy in the world. I still kind of do, but not quite as strong as before. This kept me going. I kept thinking, oh, but what if people can like me? Or what if I can be that guy? Or what if I can make really good friends? Because most people are, when they go through anything hard, they have such a lack of ego that they're like, oh, maybe just everyone hates me. Like, I didn't think like that. I had my days. But most of the time, I was like, no, I can be that guy. I can make great friends. I can still have a great life. And when I left this school for holidays, every single time I did, I still had that ego with me. And when it was easier to build a good social group, I did it. And I still, at my own school, started to improve my social life. So I'm telling you, the guys, I think that one of the best things you can do is not necessarily have a big ego, but believe in yourself so much, which can be called as like arrogant. I think that I can be like amazing fun to be around, that I'm the GOAT, bro. And you see, the thing is, everybody's gonna say, oh, this is really arrogant. But why don't you try thinking about this in your own life, especially socially? You should, because they did like a study that they picked out athletes, and the ones that believed they were the best athlete, even if they had no physical difference, actually performed better because their mind compensates for their lack of ability. When you believe so deeply in something, your mind makes it work. So let's say you've gone to a new place, right? And let's say you're starting uni, or you're going to a new school. When you walk in, just say hi to some people. Just think, oh, this guy probably likes me. He just doesn't know me yet. And it's like a bit of a subconscious thing, but the way that you practically go about it is you start saying hi to more people. Just hi, just hey mate, how you going? And then after time, that builds up the confidence for you to start speaking to more and more people. The guy who is the most popular, they did a study on this, is the guy who has the longest list of people he likes. So the way that you combined liking yourself with actually liking other people, when you combine those two, that's how you actually become like a sociable guy. What you need to do is you need to believe that you're the guy that people would like, and then also like a lot of people. Because you may have these really negative attitudes, and so you're super scared to talk to people, you're super anxious. But the thing is, bro, you're not entirely a victim in this scenario, because there's something you can change. If you changed your belief towards other people, if you didn't think everything someone said was embarrassing, if you just looked past things, you're like, she'll be right, it is what it is, and you said that to more things throughout your daily life when small inconveniences happened, then those thoughts, you wouldn't like think them towards other people. And then as a byproduct, you wouldn't think them about yourself. And you would slowly start to like more of other people and then also like yourself. So once you've started to make a few friends, I remember not too long ago, I was on the phone with my friend and I had basically just gotten really close with him. And I was like, yeah, good chat, bro. Love you, mate. You see, that might seem like a small thing, like a little bit cringe or whatever, but you have no idea how far it moves your friendships. When you're like starting to hang out with somebody and you just say, love you, mate. It's not a big deal. It's just a way of showing that you really care about somebody. And what ends up happening is they feel way more close to you. Everybody's so insecure. I mean, think about it from yourself. I'll tell you about me. Every day, or not every day, but quite often, I'll wake up and I'll just be in like the worst mood. Oh, everyone fucking hates me. I'll like be having all these negative thoughts. And then I'm just greeted by my friend. I say, hey mate, I when I'm feeling negative, I make sure to like bring out as much positivity towards other people. I'm like, hey man, how you going? Hey, love you, love talking to you today. And what ends up happening is they say, yeah, love you, bro. They say love you back in this example, or they say have a good day. And what ends up happening is you, by going out there and being really nice to other people, they'll start to be really nice to you. And on your worst days, they'll cheer you up. I want to share this story about when I was younger. I remember I was sitting down and my dad showed me this bill. He showed me the price. I was like, wow, that's pretty expensive, isn't it? And he said, the guy came to, like the waiter came to get the bill. We were with like 6 or 7 family friends. He said, here, thank you very much. And he put his card down and everyone was like, no, let me pay. He said, no, I insist, guys, let me pay for this. That really, really inspired me when I was younger, because that is a true act of saying, I really like you guys. And you see, the thing is, you can think about this from a selfish point of view. I'm going to explain it to you like that. Or you can just be a good person. Like, good people do this. I do this when I really like somebody. I want to bring good towards others. But you may not be a good person, and that's fine. Let me share with you the selfish way that you could think about it. When you pay for someone's bill, when you do favors, what ends up happening is this invisible debt starts to build up. And you get paid really handsomely back, but you just never see it. I remember, wait, let's not sidetrack yet. But what ended up happening with my dad paying that bill, what would have happened is every single person at the table would have gone away with so much more respect for him, wanted to buy something back for him in the future, and then somebody else would say, no, let me get this bill when my dad was there. It would build his relationships, it would improve his reputation, it would give him a sense of status. But let's get on a different example. I remember this, this is perfect. There was this girl who I liked, but nothing ended up happening. So what I just did was I was a nice person. Normally, everyone's like, no, don't be a nice guy. Fuck off. Like, you should be a polite guy. You don't need to be an overly no boundaries nice guy. But I was really polite to this girl. I wasn't a fucking asshole for no reason. Like, if you're gonna become an asshole, just do it accidentally. Like, you're accidentally talking to too many girls and the girl you were with got upset. Don't do it on purpose. And what ended up happening is this other girl was like gossiping about me, saying I'm like the worst guy ever. And the girl that I was talking to, that I was really nice to, defended me. She came and one night we were out, she told me, yeah, this girl said this about you, she said this about you. I remember after that conversation, I really, really I loved my past self for just being a nice guy to this girl. Because I remember not too long ago, quite a while ago, like a few years ago, there was this piece of advice. It was like, spike every girl's every emotion. It's like good game and shit. I just thought, in hindsight, that's the fucking dumbest thing ever, bro. Just be a good person and don't give all your time and energy, but just be a kind, respectful person. Have boundaries, but because when you don't have boundaries, then people don't respect what you give at all. But I promise you, if you go out in your life and you start doing nice things, you start striking up convos, you start trying to improve people's moods, give out compliments, you're with your friends, you pay for the bill, this all comes back, bro. It always comes back. It's just that you can't see exactly how it's coming back. And the problem with that is that then you become less motivated to do it. And sometimes it's hard to do things if you're not motivated to do them. But if you can understand that there is a benefit to it, then you're more likely to do that. I want to teach you this thing. So when you're walking through your daily life and you see somebody smiling, that is like a sign of somebody saying, yeah, I would love to speak to some people right now. I'm going to give you an example to do with a girl. I was at this under 18 event a while ago, and I was walking around. I actually ended up sitting down on this couch with my friend. We were just super exhausted. We were taking a chiller, and I see this girl, and I smiled at her, and she smiled back. And so, in my mind, I was like, okay, she's friendly. You can do two things. You can let it go, speak to her later or whatever, or you can just say hi. I remember I was like, hey, how you going? I said, hey, out loud. People were like looking at me and shit, but I didn't give a fuck. I was in my own world. I said, hey, and then I said, come here, come here. And I had a quick chat, and then I went for a little bit of a dance with her, met this girl. That's kind of how it goes, bro. If you're going through your daily life, you're smiling, and you see a guy you think he's like in good shape. You go, yo, bro, you're actually super jacked, bro. And a lot of people will go, oh, that's so cringe. Those guys are geeks, mate. They have no mates. They sit in the corner by themselves. Don't be that guy. Be the guy who doesn't mind if he does something a bit embarrassing, but he's just trying to make other people happy. If he's just trying to have a good time. Because what ends up happening is that invisible debt comes back. The nicer, if you're friendly with every single person in your university and your school, one day you'll need a favor. If you've done favors for everybody, you know that you can ask for one back. Sometimes you really need it. Hey, thank you for watching this video, bro. I hope you have a great day.